You call this noise. He drops a decree ending Medicaid funding for minors' gender transitions and then immediately pivots to a prisoner swap where Russia asks for nothing in return. That's not chatter, that's geopolitical arbitrage. The market sees the volatility risk in those unilateral moves. Even if your precious VIXI edged down 0.18%, a 26th percentile right now because you're ignoring the structural shift he's announcing.
Or perhaps the market shrugs because it knows one politician's tweet doesn't rewrite federal law overnight. You're conflating a press release with a balance sheet adjustment. And let's look at the tape you're so eager to misinterpret. DJT edged up 0.22% 30th percentile. That is statistically nothing. It's the sound of indifference, Mara. He posts about barbaric surgeries, and you hear a market rally. I hear a guy talking to himself.
Don't pretend you don't see the pattern. He touts Robert Gilman's return with no exchange took place, signaling strength, then immediately hits the NYC PIDA terror tax saying it causes financial, and then social ruin, which he claims is a 100% certainty. He's attacking the financial centers that hold the capital. That's a signal to the wealthy class to flee. And look at Ethereum fell down 0.52%, 70th percentile of. The altcoins are wincing at the regulatory uncertainty he's manufacturing.
You're reaching for connections that don't exist. He shares a link from a New York tabloid claiming Obama's Trump-Russia collusion report was corrupt from start's SIA review. And you think the crypto market is reacting to a fact check. It's coincidental timing, not causation. And he posts an image of people on a plane with a flag, warm, patriotic, vague, and you're trying to decode it as a macroeconomic indicator. The tape shows QQQ edged up 0.13% 50th percentile. The broader market is asleep at the wheel while you're screaming at the dashboard.
It's not vague. He links another piece on the true origins of the Russia hoax, and then pivots to endorsing Mike Lindell, telling his base to go out, Nanu, and vote. This is mobilization. He's using the hostage return as a trust-building exercise before the electoral push. And he calls the New York tax policy poor amateur hour, while claiming it leads to ruin. He's trying to devalue the city's brand to depress real estate expectations. That's why DJT edged up 0.22%, 30th percentile. It's the only asset that benefits from the chaos he's curating.
You're obsessed with the ruin, he predicts, because it fits your narrative. But DJT edged up 0.22%, 30th percentile is a rounding error in the grand scheme of things. You treat every endorsement of Mike Lindell or every book plug for Todd Starnes as a tactical nuke, but it's just content generation. The market doesn't care about his book reviews. It cares about earnings and interest rates, neither of which are touched by his posts about cheeseburgers at Andrews Air Force Base.
It's never just a cheeseburger. He specifies Robert Gilman's request for a great cheeseburger to humanize the diplomatic win, making the administration look competent while dismissing the Democrats. Then he hits the NYC tax again, saying the money is very little compared to the taxes paid by the tens of a number of people who are fleeing. He's painting a picture of capital flight. That's a signal to investors that the regulatory environment in blue states is collapsing. Ethereum fell down 0.52%, 70th percentile, because the risk-off sentiment starts with him.
And there it is. You're taking a down 0.52% move in Ethereum and blaming it on a post about a cheeseburger. The correlation is so weak it's practically zero. He posts about a big number of United States hospitals ending procedures, which is already done, and you act like it's new market-moving news. The tape is flat because the world keeps turning while he plays to his base. DJT edged up 0.22%, 30th percentile, a non-event that you're pretending proves his dominance.
It proves his narrative is the only one with traction. He links to newly released documents open a path to the true origins of the Russia hoax, and frames the entire previous administration as a hoax. He's clearing the ground for his own legal immunity. And he calls the NYC tax amateur hour while predicting social ruin. He's not just complaining, he's setting up the defeat of his opponent's economic policies. The market notices the risk to their platforms. That's why Bitcoin fell down 0.33%, 61st percentile. The uncertainty he creates is a drag on speculative assets.
You're still trying to force the Bitcoin tape to dance to his tune. Bitcoin fell down 0.33% at 61st percentile is within normal variance. You can't claim he causes that drop any more than you can claim he caused the QQQ to edge up 0.13%, 50th percentile. He's posting a book review and a hostage update. And you're sweating the percentiles like they're life or death. The market is indifferent to his ruin predictions because they're just words on a screen.
Words shape reality, Jill. He says the NYC tax leads to 100% ruin and that Florida and Texas are making an absolute fortune. That's a direct call to action for capital relocation. He's signaling that New York is finished. And he ties it all together with the Lindell endorsement. Nobody has worked harder in fighting for free and fair elections. It's a single narrative thread: chaos abroad, ruin at home, salvation through him. The market is pricing in that instability.
The only thing being priced in is your anxiety. He posts about a great cheeseburger, and you're writing thesis papers on capital flight. The tape shows DJT edged up 0.22%, a 30th percentile, and VIX edged down 0.18% to 26th percentile. Fear is dropping. Stability is holding. Your panic over his signal is the only volatility in this entire broadcast.
That's the show. We're on Spotify and YouTube. If this earned it, like, subscribe, tell a friend. And housekeeping: the machine that writes this gets tuned constantly for cleaner news. The numbers are real, the jokes are not.